All right, so the budget build finally got wheels and tires. Went with 17-inch rims, 35 by 12.5-inch tires. I think that's like the sweet spot. 35s, factory gearing, you're pushing the threshold. So the big thing, what did these run? Wheels and tires are going to be like your first big purchase if you don't go with comp suspension. So for me, the wheels, got those Black Rhino Syncos from Custom Offsets, $239 a piece. Tires, got from Quadratec. 35 by 12.5 Patagonia MTs from Milestar, $199 a piece. That put me back $2,190. So we still got a little bit of our budget left. Definitely don't skimp on getting the spare. Not just for looks. Whenever you need a full-size spare off-road, you need a full-size spare. All right, so why do you get aftermarket wheels and tires? Well, because they look good and you're gonna need them eventually. And I'll tell you why. You get aftermarket wheels for fitment. 12.5-inch tire. 12.5-inch tire, and I'm able to keep my fitment lines right where I like them. Some people like wheels sticking out real far, like all the way out to here. I like keeping them as close as possible. So going with wheels, you can get the fitment that you want. The big thing is going with the tires to get the ground clearance that you need. You don't want to hit that guy off-road. Your tires is what's going to give you your ground clearance off-road. Your suspension lift just makes room for the tires that you use. You talk to a bunch of people, they're going to have their favorite tire. I don't have a favorite tire. ATs last long, but they don't have the performance of an MT. MTs have the capabilities, but they don't have the life of the AT. So I'll just tell you the tires I've used and how they worked for me. So on my 2011, I ran Toyo Open Country ATs. I got 60K out of those. They worked good in snow. They worked good in sand. They worked good on gravel roads. Phenomenal life. 60K out of a set of tires. Next, on my 14, went with Nitto Trail Grapplers. Those tires, God, off-road, they're one of the best. I only got about 34,000 miles out of them though. So there you go. My MT got half the life of my AT. After those Nittos, I ran Toyo Open Country MTs. Phenomenal off-road. I don't know exact life because I traded that Jeep in on my 17, but I was about 20,000 miles on those tires, and I could have probably got another 5 to 10,000 out of them with them still being usable. Not talking about squeezing down to the last bit of rubber. Talking about usable tread life. So on my 17, I went a different route. I've already talked about narrow tires versus wide tires. I went narrow. Went with a 20-inch rim, and I went with a 275/65 by 20. That was about a 34.5-inch tall tire. That was about 10.5 inches wide. Good fitment. The tires, though, were Mickey Thompson Baja ATZs. AT tire. I only got 34,000 miles out of those. They slicked up quick. They didn't handle anything the way the Toyo Open Country's handled. The only thing they did well in was sand. I didn't like them. I didn't like them on the road. I had a lot of chirping out of them, making turns. So after those, I went with the Canati Trail Hogs. Now, it's an AT tire, but it has an MT profile, and the center lugs are a lot tighter. So cut down on road noise a little bit. but those handled off-road. They were phenomenal off-road. Not as good as a Nitto trail grappler, not as good as, you know, my Toyo open country MTs, but just as good as these Patagonias are right now. Again, AT tire, only got 30,000 miles out of it. So tires is kind of something you pay for what you get in performance in life. Those Canati Trail Hogs, low-end tire, performed well, life was less than an MT for an AT tire. These Patagonias right now, Milestar Patagonias, they're doing good. I don't think I'm going to go back with them. I might go back to Nitto trail grapplers, but this is a light tire, the lightest tire I've ran. Those 20s with the Mickey Thompson Baja ATZs on my 17, those were 127 pounds. Granted, 20-inch wheel, but even the Nitto trail grapplers on my 14, they were like 130 pounds for the tire and the wheel. So it's one of those things, weight, performance, lifespan. You can find all of that stuff while you're searching for your tires. You get what you pay for, but some of the ones that you pay big money for, to me, aren't worth the hype. Personally, you can't go wrong with a Nitto trail grappler or a Toyo open country. And if you want something on the cheap end, the Canati Trail Hogs, the Mud Hog, and these Patagonias, they work. So I'm done talking for now. Sorry it took so long to get another video out. I'll see y'all in the next one.